Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Bleach Soul Reaper video, and we've got to talk about our newest rare SSR Plus, Yammy! Yeah, and I've got some more important things to discuss after we talk about this character. I finally reached my goal of testing every SSR Plus character 4 stars or higher. But before we do that, let's talk about this. It's our standard event, yada yada yada, so you can get yourself 50 free shards. They have the giveaway for like $1.69 you get put into a lottery each day. And besides that, then you've got to go to their time limited shop, and I hope all you did the survey they released and talked about the ridiculousness of how they have this set up. As you can see, the Zanpakuto is $100, absolutely stupid. Should be in line with the characters, how they do the first one for $9.99, the second one for $24.99, the third one for $49, and then the rest if you want to be a crazy whale. So yeah, they need to do that similarly with the Zanpakuto. To me, it makes these so out of reach, it's bloody ridiculous. But there's lots of good deals to be had in here though. Still, always, the stamina is a great deal. And of course, you're going to get your free diamonds out of here. Make sure you claim them each day. But yeah, let's talk about this character first and foremost. So first skill is Bala. Deals 120% attack plus 1,000 damage to a single enemy target and nearby targets, granting 1 stack of Rage Mark, stacking up to 2 times. You know, nothing crazy there. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. Then we've got his Sero. Deals 275% attack plus 1,500 damage to an enemy target, healing the caster for 40% of the damage done. Very nice. Then you've also got granting 1 stack of Rage Mark, stacking up to 2 times. There we go. What's all this Rage Mark building up to? Well, let's talk about that. His Rage counterattack. Yes, we have a true counterattack character now in the game. Yeah. First off, he reduces the speed of the enemy unit with the highest speed by 40%, which we're also going to have to talk about because it's going to change the make of how you do your teams if somebody's playing him. For 2 turns as battle starts. That's automatic. That's freaking great. Reflects 30% of damage taken to the attacker at the cost of all stacks of Rage Mark. Each stack increases the damage reflected by 20%. So you saw that it can only stack twice, but basically you can reflect up to 70% of the damage taken. That's pretty freaking crazy. Then on top of it, the caveat, if the attack is an AoE attack, the reflected damage equals the said damage, the number of targets of this attack. So it's damage times the number of targets. So if it's an AoE and you have 6 characters on the field, that's going to be 6 times. That's just stupid. Really cool. Good effect. Very good character. Let me first start this off with saying, comparing the base stats of this character against our prior characters, we're seeing a major push now. The power creep is real now, okay? So this character is going to scale much higher than any of your Soul Reapers out there. Crazy stuff. 2, the reduction of speed. This is basically going to take everybody's Byakuya's if you're using them. Pretty much, you know, it's going to be a tough one for him to go first. Now, but the problem is a lot of times, and I know for me, I don't care about Byakuya anymore. I'm just waiting to replace him in my team. But you're going to have to really, if you start to see this character a lot, really start to plan out your speed order. You're not going to want who you really want to go first to have the highest speed because they're going to get lowered. They're going to want to be the second position, even if it's just the difference of 1 speed. Keep that in mind if you start seeing this character get played. That's a biggie. The other thing is, AoE attackers are going to get beat on by him early game and could die possibly, depending on how well built the Yammy is. So let's talk about that for a second. I love Toshiro because of his freeze, not because of what he does damage-wise. For all I know, a strong-ass Yammy is going to be able to knock his ass out after one hit. Something to keep in mind. So any of your AoE attackers, ouch, you're going to be looking to go after Yammy last with single attackers. And Yammy, I can totally see being on the front line, because then you're going to make your opponent have to take that damage to get through him. So yeah, something to really think about. This is a very interesting character that, if people go after him, can possibly start to begin to change the meta, because Mayuri, for instance, AoE attacks on his ult. So he could be taking a lot more damage, dying many more times quicker, and get off the field. Lots of things to consider. Very interesting character. Now, when you awaken him, is 3-4, so I have to assume his 1-2 are just the Ryatsu drops. That Sero targets 3 enemies, but at random, just so you're aware. And at 4, his Rage counterattack, additional effect, increases speed by 30%, grants 1 stack of Rage Mark when battle starts. Really nice. But for this character to be useful, he doesn't have to be fully awoken at all. If you just get him awoken, you're going to just place him on the field, and you're going to just basically tank him up as much as possible, because you want that reflect. You want him to survive. To me, this is a good character for light spenders, because you get him, you get this character, you don't have to go crazy. The worst of it is going to be getting his Zanpakuto. That's it. To get that release. Once you get that release, honestly, you don't have to invest in this character anymore. This is what's going to make this character viable for a lot of people, and could possibly really work to your favor. I actually really think this character is solid, and he's going to give a lot of options to changing up how you play. So I think he's a solid character. And again, none of the new rare SSR pluses that have come out have been bad. They all have some upside to them that's really good. Some are better than others, and others I can see having more longevity than others. For instance, I can see this character holding strong until there's something that is going to either silence him consistently, so it doesn't have that damage reflect, or something else to counter him, which I'm sure there will be something that will come down the road. So he is definitely, to me, a character worthy of getting, because he's not going to need huge investment in. So that is the good part to him. Now we've got to talk about something real quickly. I am completely blowing up my tier list. Now that I've been able to play every SSR plus at either 4, 5, or 6 stars, as well as most of them at least awoken, I've really been able to get a grasp on who I think has more longevity than others. And I am going to be redoing my tier list, but I've been touting Halibel, and I've been using her a lot, and she's very good. But the reason why I haven't released a skill set video and everything with her with gameplay is consistency and staying alive for that first round. If she can make it past the first round, she really becomes hugely beneficial. So I'm going to have some adjustments on her. I still absolutely love the character. I think she has the ability to have more longevity than other characters. But now that I've had a chance to play with the stupid Kenpachi loop, as well as some of the other characters, I really can now get a better feeling for what I believe has longevity. And if you've played against the little Kenpachi thing, and again, this is only if you literally get it awoken all the way. If you don't awaken him all the way, I don't rate him that high. But if you get him all the way, he's dumb. The good news is someone like Yammy is gonna mess his proverbial shit up. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of changes, to me at least, in the tier list, looking at more of a long-term aspect for investment because of how this game is treating the releases so quickly, how they're treating them with these rare SSR pluses in the events. I just am not happy with how they do that, and they really need to adjust it, at least for the Zanpakutos, to get that initial release. If they will just do the initial release one, if they want to gouge everybody else and the others, that's fine, because most characters you're not going to do anything but release once. There's going to be your handful of pick and chosen, let's just say, characters that you want because the effects are just too good for how your team dynamic is, that you'll want to keep then releasing it farther and farther. Last but not least, we've got the Urahara Kisuke rare SSR plus summons. You know how this works. They're basically just running all the older Soul Reapers through this. At least pick up your diamond packs, get your freebie each day. I wouldn't recommend pulling on this anymore, except for if there's a character you really want, and hopefully by then you've saved up a bunch of tickets so you can just guarantee yourself getting that character to 6 stars. Boom, you're out. I wouldn't just be grabbing these. Again, getting one copy is fine to help with the team boost, to have a copy of all characters, but that's it. Unless you really want that character and are going to be using on your team. Outside of that, you should stay away from this, but still collect your free ticket and the 900 diamonds to get the 10 tickets each day. So when there is that one, let's say, I don't know, let's say Kenny comes out on it and you decide you really want to give it a try, great. But outside of that, this one right now, I would just, again, pick and choose. But yeah, Yammy is solid, okay? Really good character. I really can't wait to throw him in my team because I want to see that damage reflect and how strong it is and how it handles it. And again, I really think this character, you're going all in, tanking this character as much as possible. You don't care if this character goes first. Character goes last. You just want him to survive and stay alive. Great character. Like I said, gonna have a completely blown up SSR plus only tier list coming, with kind of that idea of a roadmap of who appears to have longevity, let's call it, at least at this point in the game, versus the ones that will probably fizzle out fairly quickly. And now that we've seen that these newer rare SSR pluses are clearly starting much higher base stats than our previous Soul Reapers, yeah, it's obvious that a lot of these are going to go to the wayside quickly. With that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.